Everyone, this is the third video on my channel, and for today I figured that I would do one on UFOs. Are they real or fake? Let's dive in. There have been multiple sightings of UFOs or unidentified flying objects, now officially termed unidentified anomalous phenomena by the US government, which refers to any aerial object or optical phenomena that cannot be readily identified. There have been many sightings, especially after World War II, which coincides with the development of rocketry and the Cold War. There were several famous sightings, like the Roswell incident in 1947, where mysterious debris was found in New Mexico, which was initially called a flying disc before being retracted and identified as a weather balloon, later revealed to be part of a secret spy program. A pilot reported seeing 9 objects moving like saucers skipping on water. This led to the miscoined term flying saucer by the media. In 2004, Navy pilots off San Diego encountered an oblong object that exhibited physics-defying maneuvers captured on FLIR video. Phoenix Lights in 1997, thousands reported seeing a massive V-shaped craft over Arizona. Scientific and government explanations. The ODNI Preliminary Assessment 2021 categorized UAPs into 5 bins: airborne clutter, balloons, birds, or recreational drones, natural atmospheric phenomena, ice crystals, moisture or thermal fluctuations, US GOVT, GUFT, something like that, or industry programs, classified domestic technology, foreign adversary systems, technology from nations like China or Russia, or other, a catch-all for objects requiring further scientific advancement to understand. There have been whistleblowers in late 2024 and 2025. Former intelligence officials like David Gruch claimed the U.S. government possesses non-human biologics and craft from legal crash retrieval programs, though the Pentagon officially denies these claims. Sightings trends. Organizations like MUFON and government trackers report over 2,000 sightings in the first half of 2025 alone, indicating a significant increase of public reporting. Now, as for their explanations, if they really wanted to, in my opinion, if they really wanted to debunk them, then they could come up with far better explanations. But perhaps they want people to think that UFOs are real for something I'm going to tell you called Project Bluebeam. It hasn't happened, but it's theorized to happen in the future, in the near future. So, yeah, I think they could do a lot better in explaining if they were real. Like, if they were real, they could explain a lot better. But since they're not real and they are likely, almost definitely, fake, made by the government, they put it on like, oh yeah, this is it, but they leave holes on purpose for people to find. And recently, President Donald Trump, on February 19th, 2026, issued a directive for federal agencies to identify and release government files related to unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and alien/extraterrestrial life. The move follows years of growing public and congressional interest in the subject, including formal hearings and witness testimony about unexplained military encounters. Key details of the directive. The President specifically directed the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, and other relevant federal departments and agencies to begin identification and release process. The other covers on... Sorry. I'm just tired doing this. The order covers records on UAPs, UFOs, extraterrestrial life, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. Trump cited tremendous interest shown by the public as a primary reason for the order. While the directive initiates the identification process, it remains unclear how quickly the records will be released and to what extent classified information will be fully made public. The announcement followed a public exchange with former President Barack Obama, whom Trump accused of revealing classified information. During a podcast interview where Obama discussed his belief that aliens are statistically likely to exist. If they were real, and he was president, he probably could have had proof. Which we know he was president. This executive action builds on previous efforts, such as the UAP Disclosure Act of 2023, which mandated the collection of UAP records at the National Archives. In previous reports, the Department of Defense's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, has maintained that it has found no confirmed evidence of extraterrestrial technology or beings. Lawmakers from both parties, including those on specialized UAP task forces, have expressed support for the push toward greater transparency. Now, all this could just be hyping it up for what's coming, and all these sightings and stuff that all the information that Trump's gonna give, could most of it, if there are certain ones that weren't real but staged, they were all staged, likely. Here is one project that the military and government used to hide Cold War experimentation. It's called Yankee Blue, which was used from the 1950s to 2023, which is quite recent, 3 years ago. It was used as an international hazing, loyalty test, and disinformation ritual. Yankee Blue was the code name for a fake United States Air Force UFO program. It was purported to involve the reverse engineering of alien spacecraft, but was in fact an elaborate hazing and misinformation campaign, possibly part of a broader Pentagon disinformation program intended to obscure classified weapons development under the guise of UFO mythology. The ritual persisted from the Cold War era until its formal discontinuation in 2023. This is from Wikipedia also, if you didn't notice. In June 2025, the Wall Street Journal reported that the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, aforely mentioned, led by Sean Kirkpatrick, had discovered that for decades personnel in classified Air Force units had been shown images of flying saucers and told they were from a top-secret alien technology recovery program called Yankee Blue. The incoming members were shown UFO photos and told they'd be helping reverse engineer alien tech. However, it was a fictional program. Participants were bound by non-disclosure agreements and sometimes threatened with execution if they leaked information. The strategy likely originated as a security measure to prevent sensitive programs from Soviet intelligence and to divert attention from advanced weapons like stealth aircraft. Most participants believe the program to be real, even after retirement. AARO's internal review discovered that the ritual continued for decades, but was put to a halt by a memo from the Secretary of Defense in spring 2023. The Defense Department acknowledged pranks as described by AARO in 2025. DoD spokeswoman Sue Gog, I hope I'm saying that right, explained that the department hadn't included the information in its 2024 UFO report because the investigation wasn't completed at that time. Gog expected the information to be included in a forthcoming report scheduled for late 2025. The department is committed to releasing a second volume of its historical record report to include AARO's findings on the reports of potential pranks and inauthentic materials, Gog said. So, lots of them were staged. Well, it doesn't say lots of them were staged, but likely lots of them were staged. Many people claimed seeing UFOs just to become popular and things like that. Now, Project Bluebeam, like I mentioned before, I'll just tell you. Project Bluebeam is a long-standing conspiracy theory alleging a four-step plan by NASA and the United States to establish a totalitarian New World Order by abolishing traditional religions and replacing them with a state-run New Age religion. Now, it's not necessarily confirmed, but it's highly likely. Donald Trump, the president now, has been trying to buy different countries. So far, he's been trying to buy Greenland. The theory was first proposed in 1994 by Canadian investigative journalist Sergei Monast, who claimed to have uncovered a covert global operation. According to Monast, the project's goal is to use advanced technology to manipulate humanity into surrendering their national identities and religious beliefs in favor of a single world government. The four alleged stages. The theory outlines a specific sequence of events designed to deceive the global population. 1. Engineered earthquakes. Man-made disasters would be used to unearth false archaeological evidence that supposedly proves existing religious doctrines are fabrications. Number 2. The Big Space Show. A massive global holographic display would project 3D images of religious figures such as Jesus, Buddha, or Muhammad. Tailored to specific regions, these figures would then merge into one New Age god or a fake messiah. Number 3. Two-way telepathic communication. Using low-frequency waves, the New World Order would broadcast messages directly into people's minds, making them believe they are receiving a personal, divine revelation from the new god. The Triple Threat Event. Number 1. Fake alien invasion. Simulating an extraterrestrial threat to force nations to unite and surrender sovereignty. Number 2. The Rapture. A holographic simulation of a divine rescue to further confuse and pacify believers. Number 3. Supernatural takeover. Using electronic means to create ghost-like manifestations and chaos, driving the public into a state of panic so they accept the New World Order as their only protection. Recent resurgence. The theory has seen a spike in online interest due to recent real-world events. Though no evidence supports these connections, there are drone sightings, large-scale drone activity over New Jersey and other U.S. states in late 2024 and early 2025 led many social media users to claim Stage 2 or Stage 4 of the project was beginning, or, as I've looked up in other things, they were testing to see if it would work, but either like see how their projection things would work, and see if they could use them, like fly them around properly into a good formation to project holograms. UAP disclosures. Government transparency regarding unidentified anomalous phenomena. UAPs have been interpreted by some as predictive programming for a staged alien invasion. So, it's possible what they're saying, what people have been saying about this Project Bluebeam may very well be real. So, yeah. If that stuff ends up happening, remember this video if you watched it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.